Hello, HES family. I hope everyone is doing well and everyone's staying safe. Today we're going to read Chapter 12 of The Lemonade War. I hope you've been reading along and following along in your book with the other teachers that have read. If you haven't, you can always go back and look on our website. All right, Chapter 12 is called The Waiting Period. Let's think about, what is the waiting period? When you hear that word, what do you think? The definition says that it's a noun, a specified delay required by law between taking an action and seeing the results of that action. Taking an action and seeing the results of that action. Waiting period, okay? Let's listen as we listen to me read and you follow along. Think about, how does the phrase waiting period relate to what I'm reading, okay? Here we go. Jessie wanted to have fun. She really did. But it seemed like the more she tried, the less she had. First, the drive to the beach took 2.5 hours because of the traffic. Jessie felt the car lurching forward, stop, forward, stop. Memo to myself, said Mr. Moriarty. Never go to the beach on the Sunday of Labor Day weekend, especially when there's been a heat wave for more than a week. In the back seat, Jessie and Megan played license plate tag and magnetic bingo in 20 questions. But by the end of the car ride, Jessie was cramped and bored. Then the beach parking lot was full, so they had to park half a mile away and walk. Then the beach was so crowded they could hardly find a spot for their blanket. Then Megan said the water was too cold and she just wanted to go in up to her ankles. She kept squealing and running backwards every time a gentle ripple of a wave came her way. What fun was that? Sure, the water was cold. It was the North Shore. It was supposed to be cold. When Jessie and Evan went to the beach, they would boogie board and body surf and skimboard and throw a screaming screech ball back and forth the whole time. They loved to stay in the water until their lips turned blue and they couldn't stop shaking. Then they'd roast themselves like weenies on their towels until they were hot and sweating again, and then they'd go right back in. Now that was fun at the beach. Megan liked to build sandcastles and collect shells and play sand tennis and read magazines. That's all fun, thought Jessie. But not going in the water? That's crazy. The ride home was itchy and hot, and Jessie had sand in all the places where her skin rubbed together. Between her toes, behind her ears, and between the cheeks of her bottom. And somehow she'd gotten sunburned on her back, even though Mrs. Moriarty had smeared her all over with thick sunscreen twice. Jessie didn't even have the patience for 10 questions, let alone 20. But Megan didn't get that Jessie didn't feel like talking. She kept trying to get her to take a quiz in a teen magazine. If Evan had been there, he would have kept quiet, or maybe hummed a little. Jessie liked it when Evan hummed. As they turned onto Damon Road, Megan asked, "Are you feeling sick?" In fact, she was. For the past half hour, Jessie had been imagining walking in the door and facing Evan. And she'd been feeling sicker and sicker with every mile that brought her closer to home. Now that's the end of that chapter. I want you to think about how she was feeling, okay? How was Jessie feeling and what was she thinking about the closer she got home, and how she felt when she was going to see Evan again and face him. And remember, our phrase was the waiting period. So when I think about that, I think about all these feelings inside of her that she was starting to think about. So that I think that might have been the waiting period there. So you think about that and you decide if you think that's what that meant too. All right, I hope everyone has a good day, and I hope you get back, and I hope you listen to Chapter 13. Have a good day. Goodbye.